What's going on, guys? Mr. Domo here, back again, doing a collection update on my Playmates Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And of course, if you're new to the channel, then don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and share this video. It really helps the channel out, and it helps me provide more content for you guys. Now, if you're new to the channel, of course, I'm doing a collection on the Playmates Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that released back in 1988. And of course, I'm doing this on, collecting the first 10 figures on their 10-back card back, but I'm doing a little bit of a different twist here. Of course, here's the 4 turtles, but what I'm trying to do is get different variants of those first 10 figures, either a variant of the figure or a variant of the card back. Mostly the card back, because there's really just 2 variants with the actual figures, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So here I put the 4 turtles up right now, just to kind of run through your different variants of the card back, and of course the different variants of the figure. Right now I'm at 7 out of 10, so I am missing Splinter, Rocksteady, and of course a Foot Soldier. So I'm almost there, but of course we're coming to the end of 2020, so I just wanted to do kind of an update for you guys of what I got in my my collection of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So here I put Michaelangelo here first because obviously he's my favorite, but this is pretty much your very common figure here. No crazy variants with this guy right here. This is a US release figure of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles by Playmates. So you have the art right there of the actual character that's in the bubble. So here we got Michaelangelo, and he's got his name on there. There's Mikey, and the 2 main variants with these figures is that you'll have a soft head and a plastic head. So this is a plastic head, and the soft head is just more of a rubberized material, kind of like a squishy head. And those were the original ones that released by Playmates, and then later on, I don't know if it was like a quality control issue or not, but they changed it over to a plastic head. So if you see any soft heads or anything like that, those are pretty much the original figures that got released by Playmates. But I wanted to bring them out because, like I said, US standard release figure, very plain, no different variants. And of course, like I said, this is a 10-back card back, so you got the 10 figures from series 1. You got the comic strip on the top, and of course you got the bio and the pizza point, and I'll show you the label here. So this is a 1988 Playmates Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series 1 10-back Michaelangelo plastic head, and this one received a 75. So just wanted to show you a common figure there, right? Nothing really crazy about this guy. So there's Mikey. So the next one here is Raphael. Now this is definitely a variant of the card back. Same same figure here. It's a plastic head, so it's not a soft head, but which is interesting is that there's this weapon rack and all that. And so on the back here, again, this is a US release of the Raphael, and this is a 10-back card back. But as you can see right here, it is talking about joining a Turtle Team fan club, but there's no flyer. So the flyer sits right there on the inside the bubble, on the kind of next to the weapon rack right there. And so there's no flyer. And so this right here definitely is a variant. I don't know if it's you can say it's an error or whatnot, but it only goes one way. And what I'm talking about is that it's mentioned on the back, but there's no flyer, and it doesn't go the other way where there's a flyer and it's not mentioned on the back. It just goes one way. And I even looked up in forums and so forth, and websites that have a archive of all these turtles and stuff like that, and pretty much that's how it is. It's just, it goes one way. So this is technically I would say it's a variant, not really an error. But as you can see, man, it happens. It's not just like this guy right here. I'm saying, like, an error just like happens once in a while. Like there's a lot of issue, or there's a lot of there was a lot of releases of this issue right here, so it's kind of a variant. But anywho, so there's Raphael, and I'll show you the label. This is a 1988 Playmates Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Series 1 10-back Raphael plastic head. This one received an 80, so really great score, but AFA did not annotate it. I don't know if they started to annotate it, because I know they made a lot of changes to their labels. This was graded, a while back, but I don't know. It just doesn't say it's an error. It is. I don't know. Maybe it was overlooked or whatnot, but that is definitely a variant with this card back. Now, the next one here is Leo, and of course, Leonardo here does have the flyer, as you see right there. It actually sits right on behind the tray or whatnot. And so this one is a dual variant here. You got one variant of the Cardback, and then you actually have a variant of the figure, and this is actually a soft head. As you can see, it's a little bit more dull looking than the body. It's not as shiny, but this is definitely a soft head Leonardo with the actual fan club card back, and this is a 10 back card back. Again, this is a US release, but really awesome. And as you can see right there, it does talk about joining the Turtle Team fan club, and you actually have the flyers. So really dope variant right here to have, because it's a dual variant, not only the figure but the actual card back. And I'll show you the label. So this is a 1988 Playmates Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Series 1 10 back Leonardo soft head / fan club flyer. This one received a 75, so really good, you know, good score, not too bad, you know. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but I tried to keep them all unpunched. Just, I don't know, I'm just nitpicky like that, and just my OCD whatnot, but really awesome variant. So there we go. So we got one mentioning the fan club, no flyer. We got one that has the fan club and it talks about the, you know, the fan club. And of course we have a soft head. We got a pretty much a common figure right there of Michaelangelo. And the last one here, well, the last turtle is pretty much Donatello here with another, you know, card back variant, and this one has the pop-up mutant display stand. And these were kind of interesting. The yellow card back, or the yellow, excuse me, the yellow cardboard is actually a backdrop, like a scenario, like a sewer or streets or whatnot. And so inside of it, you would get one of those, and then you would have a character. So there's one cutout, you know, stand-up or a display stand of a character. So the way it worked is, if you had a good guy, then you would get a you know, display stand of a bad guy, and if you had a bad guy figure, then you would get a display stand of a good guy. And so these released during the first series, and they actually went past series 1, and I think they went into series 2 and 3, but this is kind of something they kind of did a little bit later on down the road. And which is interesting is they actually have a running checklist there of figures coming out and figures coming soon. So really awesome to get one of these variants. Again, this is a plastic head and a US release, and this is a 10 back card back of Donatello. So really cool. And I'll show you the label here. This is a 1989 Playmates Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Series 1 10 back Donatello pop-up display, and this one received a 75 plus, and of course it has the Y. As you can see, there is some yellowing on that bubble, and you can really see it right there on the side. Now that just happens with these old figures, you know what I'm saying, just over time. And plus, if this was like kept somewhere near a window or whatnot, you know, the sun would definitely start yellowing that bubble. So those are the 4 turtles. Like I said, I just kind of wanted to use those as a reference for the different variants of the figures. Like I said, you have your plastic head, you have your soft head, and then plus some of the variants of the card back. So the ones that I did acquire this year is of course we have April ONeil. Now April ONeil, man, she went through a lot of changes. For the first series on a 10 back card back, she went through 4 different changes. Now originally she released with no stripes, so this is a blue stripe, and this blue stripe is pretty much the second release of April ONeil. The first one, she had no stripes, it was just a straight yellow jumpsuit. One thing too is that the first 2 releases, they had this same head mode, or the head right here, the scope, and the first one had a little bit more reddish hair color, then they changed it to a brown. The third time she got released, they totally changed the head to match more of here, of this, like this picture, and then they added blue stripes, orange stripes, and then of course, like I said before, they changed the head. The 4th time she was released, they changed the head, added the blue stripes, orange stripes, and then they added a press badge on her shirt. So April ONeil went through 4 different changes during just the first series on a 10 back card back. And so I would have loved to just get the first release, but man, they go for some premium price, man. And so like I was just like, you know what, I'll be okay with the second release, because like I said, it's really hard to find her in a straight yellow jumpsuit, and then of course then it goes down to just blue stripes, and then it goes down to orange and blue, and then it goes down to orange, blue, and press badge. So like I said, man, she went through a lot of changes, but another reason why I went for this one too is that this is my mintiest cardback ever, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful cardback. Like I said, this is a 10-back cardback, and of course this is a US release, and I'll show you the label here. So this is a 1988 Playmates Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Series 1 10-back April O'Neil with the blue stripes, and she received the 85, so really great score. And like I said, man, 4 different releases on the first series 10-back cardback. Really dope, but really awesome figure there. And so the next one here is of course Bebop, and I love this one too because this is signed by Kevin Eastman, which is really dope. That dude would sign anything Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles related, but to actually find something that he original figure, you know what I'm saying, from 1988, it's definitely on a 10-back cardback. I just could not pass this up. Plus, for a bonus, this is actually a pop-up mutant display stand, so variant of the cardback. So there's just so much, there's just so much awesomeness that I couldn't pass this up. But there we go, man. We got a Bebop, you know, action figure on a pop-up mutant display variant cardback on a 10-back cardback, and it's signed by Kevin Eastman. Just could not pass that up, but really gorgeous. And I'll show you the back there. So really badass, dude. There is the 10 characters. Of course, this is a US release, and this is signed by Kevin Eastman. I'll show you the label. So this is a 1988 Playmates Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Series 1 10-back Bebop signed by Kevin Eastman. This received a 75. I didn't even care about the score, man. It's just really dope. It still looks good, man. You still got the sticker price of $4.99. That's crazy. So there is Bebop right there, and really dope. So now I got one autographed Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so really dope to add that to the collection. Now the last one is where we start going into international releases, and so here is my Tartuse Ninja, which is my European, my Spain / France kind of release of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now all the international ones were done by Bandai, so you'll notice that Bandai now takes the place of Playmates, and then it moves, the Playmates logo moves over to the other side. And I'm gonna use Michaelangelo as a reference here, but there he is, and you can see that the Playmates is on the on that side right there. Now when it came to these international releases, like I said, this is my European. This is a dual language, kind of a dual logo Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So on the back here, it is in both French, it's in French, and it's in Spanish. So really awesome. Now the international ones did a little bit different things. They kind of made a universal card back. So as you can see, there's different characters of the bad guys. They put the bad guys symbol right there, but they left out the name. So that means that they could use this for a foot soldier, they could use it for Bebop, they could use it for Rocksteady. All they got to do is put it on there on the card back, and then on the bubble just slap on the name of the character like they did with Shredder here. So very interesting. And again, they did the same thing pretty much right here on the back, where you pretty much have the 4 pictures of the characters on the bio card instead of the actual main character like Michaelangelo, as you see right there. And then they put a sticker over it so they could just kind of, you know, just put whatever information they needed for whatever character. So pretty interesting. And so like I said, this is a you know, my French / Spanish, kind of my European release. Now there is another different version of a European one, which is a German release. Now German release of Teenage Mutant Turtles looks just like this. This is pretty much almost identical. Instead of saying Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or Teenage Mutant Ninja, it says Teenage Mutant Hero, and it'll say Turtles. Another thing is that the cardback looks pretty much identical to a US one. So like, let's just use this one for an example of Michaelangelo. So it's got Mikey all over it, and then it says, you know, Michaelangelo. But what they'll end up doing is just slap on a totally different turtle on there. So they'll put like Raphael, and then of course they'll use this sort of sticker, the green sticker right there, and put it over the name. And so it pretty much just says, you know, Raphael on the sticker, but it has a picture of Michaelangelo on the card back, and then the figure is actually Raphael, which is interesting. And of course on the back side, they did pretty much the the language is different. Obviously it's all in German, so a little bit different, and then of course it has a sticker to cover this part, and they just add on their own. So that's a German one, and I'm hoping that's one that I'm trying to look out for. Now a Canadian one looks almost identical to another US release, which is kind of crazy. Pretty much almost the same, you know what I'm saying? Of course it does have 2 languages, so it's like here it says heroes in a half shelf, it'll say it in French, and then it'll say it in English. And then with that one, it does have different characters around, so it'll kind of mimic this right here, where it'll have different, you know, characters, like, you know, here you got Shredder, Foot Soldier, Bebop. They'll do the same thing with the Canadian one, but the only difference is that it's in 2 languages. That's pretty much it, but everything else just looks like this. It still says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and like I said, the subtitle or the sub fonts will be in 2 different languages. So pretty interesting. So I'm hoping to finish out this collection with those international ones, but like I said, man, this is my you know, my first international. I'll show you the label. I don't think I showed you, but this is a 1989 Bandai / Playmates Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tartoos Ninja 10-back by logo or by language. I think it's by logo. Shredder, and this one received an 80. So great score for an international one. Again, really awesome. You know, it's got it in French and plus English. I guess that's why it's considered a bilingual logo. But of course on the back it is definitely a bi-language, because as you can see it's in French and in Spanish. Really dope, man, and it's just so awesome to see this international version. So like I said, man, I'm hoping to finish it out with international releases, because I think it'll be really dope, and definitely share with you guys, you know, the different international ones. So that's pretty much it, man. Like I said, 7 out of 10, just 3 more to go, and I'll be done with this collection. Really awesome. It's been really fun, and definitely has been fun sharing it with you guys. So that's pretty much it, man. Thanks for watching. Thank you for the support, and I will definitely talk to you guys in the next video.